that song. It's This Town, the City of My Heart. Jeremy Loops put it together with Ladysmith Black Mambazo, sung there by the Stellenbosch University Choir, who are always just brilliant. Now, I'd like to introduce you here on FMR to two guys who are coming up with a musical, which sounds like it's really interesting, but it is a work in progress. So may I invite you to welcome Mkhululi Mabija, I should say, and Paul Castles. Gentlemen, welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having us, Mike.
Okay, I'm going to ask Paul first. You guys met how long ago?
18 years.
Where?
At New York. So we were both students at quite a unique program that exists called the Graduate Music Theatre Writing Program at the Tisch School of the Arts of New York University, which is basically a program to pair composers and librettists to create music theatre together. And you spend 2 years essentially getting to know each other and working together. And so that was the start of our creative partnership.
Have you become Bluetoothed, the two of you?
Yeah.
Are you in sync?
Yes.
Okay. So as a result of that, Mkhululi, you enticed him to come to South Africa.
Yeah, so I also stayed in New York for a long time.
Okay.
And I came back around 2016, around then.
Yeah.
And then went back again 2019. And then Paul and I found this residency at the Stellenbosch Institute of Advanced Study. And I was like, Paul, you might just like South Africa. You know, it's like Sydney. Cape Town's like Sydney.
Which he's originally
Paul's
from.
originally from, yes. And
Okay.
then we got into the residency. We deferred because of COVID.
Of course you did. Everybody did.
And then Paul finally came, and Paul fell in love with Cape Town.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
And 3 years later, he's still here.
He's still here.
You can't get rid of it. Okay. Now, together you've decided to come up with this musical, which I understand, and I quote, is a bold, queer African musical. Okay, which is an interesting title anyway. What is it? What is its real title?
The Call. It's called The Call. It's an adaptation of Shakespeare's The Tempest.
Okay. What's the storyline as it stands at the moment? Because as I said, it is a work in progress. So who wants to take up the story of the story?
Oh, sure. So there are a lot of the themes of The Tempest that struck us as very relevant to this country and to its history. Themes of forgiveness versus revenge, of nature, nurture, of illusion and reality, and also queerness that relates very strongly to that. And The Tempest, of course, is set on an island with someone in exile. And, you know, every day here you can look out at this very incredibly famous island of exile. So there were just a lot of parallels between the plot. And we had been talking about this idea for some time. And but we really only found what it is now about 6 months ago when we met with Cesare Dolfa, who is the creative producer, who is a Cape Town native who has been in been in New York for about 20 years as well, as working on Broadway and off Broadway as a producer and a director.
Okay, so you're putting this musical together, and this Sunday you have an event that the public can come to. As I said, it's a work in progress. So what are you looking for, and what will the public be able to experience?
Yes, with the musical, the last collaborator is the audience. So with that tells us and allows us to see, this lands, this doesn't land, this works, this doesn't work. Because as a musical theatre writer, for example, you sit in an audience, and if their bodies start to move, you know the scene is too long. There's so many things that the audience hears. They just tell you that the story doesn't work. So we need that final collaborator to kind of tell us, okay, the quarter of the show kind of moves or doesn't move, you know, because we're only going to be presenting about a quarter of the show. Okay. And so people can see what this is. And it's also very different beyond it being just a queer musical. The music itself is different. We're using electronic music and bounce music, and it's going to be. And Paul is a classical composer, and it sounds like we're in a club.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah. And then Paul has really gone out of his depth and really been enjoying composing in this no new Bach, you know, and it's wonderful to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a kind of first draft, if I can put it in an easily understandable term. And that's what you're going to show people, about a quarter of the show.
Yes.
Where is it happening?
We are based currently at Outlaw on 80 Howard Street.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space. It's a two floor, two staircase walk up. Yeah, and awesome new work gets done there. So we're going to be there 2:00 on Sunday.
Okay.
And it's really important because in South Africa we don't have a culture of showing the work before the work goes on stage.
Now, I think a lot of the public who go to see a finished musical
Yeah.
and love it don't realize how many workings it may have gone through, especially for like the West End or Broadway in particular. You start off Broadway, don't you?
Yeah, we yes, and this piece, fortunately for us, we're attached to an off-Broadway theatre already. And we're going to take this piece and we're going to work it even further in February next year at the Rattlestick Theatre for 2 weeks in the West Village. And we're going to take information we have from this workshop and move it even further in that workshop, and then hopefully come back to South Africa with a full production in 2027.
Okay, because that's how long it can take.
Yes.
It's trial and error, isn't it?
Completely. And when you look at big shows like Cats, for example, Lloyd Webber has this big workshop that he has that is on his big estate, that he first invites friends to see the first workings of it, and then maybe they take it out of town, and then they take it to the West End. But in between all those processes, it can take about 8 drafts.
Easily, and this can be years.
Yeah.
In process.
Yes.
Okay, so your what's going to help you guys is the audience this Sunday, just to get a sense of how does this play to normal people.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd like people to come.
Please.
Mkhululi was going. So it's this Sunday, 2:00 in the afternoon at the Outlaw in Hout Street.
80 Howard Street. Yes, in town.
And you can find the tickets online at Quicket, is the platform.
Okay. Paul, thank you very much. Mkhululi, thank you. I wish you both, you two Bluetoothed guys, break a leg with us. I really hope this is going to go places.
And thank you. And also, we hope to come back again when we have the full production.
Well, of course, we will talk when you've got a finished production, which you obviously will stage in South Africa.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.